Welcome. Thank you for joining us on today's program, wherever you are joining from. I appreciate everyone that has connected, wherever you are connecting from, whether you are joining us from Biafra land, you are joining from Nigeria, you're joining from Asia, Europe, America, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, you're joining us from Iran, you're joining us from Ukraine. Wherever you are connected to this program, I welcome you and I appreciate you for being part of this program. Today, we are conducting a special program on the Heroes Day celebration. Remembrance Day, our Heroes Remembrance Day. It is a day of remembrance of our hero. And you can see the way we started the program, trying to take you back to memory lane. And I want you to understand, before we proceed, that in this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We don't come to this platform to preach hate. We do not come here to attack any people or individual. We don't come here for any sort of saga. All we do in this platform is to project the program of Biafra, to present Biafra to the world as the only remedy to the failed state Nigeria. This is what we have chosen to do, and we have been doing it to the best of our knowledge. Presenting Biafra to the world as the only remedy to the failed state Nigeria. We will continue to do that. Today being the 30th May, Biafra Heroes Day, it is a special day. A day that we never forget. Even when we are gone, our children, they will celebrate this very day. They will remember this very day. In the time to come, when we are no longer here, on a day like this, our own video will play, just like we are playing the videos of our heroes first. Today, being 30th May, is a date that will always be remembered by the Biafran people. You and I that are alive today, remembering our heroes. Those of you on the comment section commenting, those of us hosting program on different places, the same way we are remembering our heroes today, a day will come when we will also be remembered. And the videos we made on this day, 30th, will be shown to the world, will be shown to the children who we are born after we are gone. It is a very special day. And the Biafrans across the world, wherever they are observing a total lockdown. Biafra land is under lock and key. We understand that even the Zoological Republic, just as we have been warning Biafrans to stay safe, the Nigerian military issued a statement because some group of Biafrans told the people to go to the church and pray for the souls that are lost. And the military termed it illegal. When we talk about the human rights abuse of the Biafrans, you cannot underestimate it. How does gathering together to pray for departed souls illegal? How can you claim that the gathering together of Biafrans to remember the departed souls is illegal? The world is watching, and we will never forget. We will never forget. No matter how they try to stop, they can't stop us. You cannot wipe us away, no matter how you try. Every one of us see that the Biafrans are more than ready. The Biafrans you saw in the video I played in the beginning, they are still very much around. The video that I played As I was introducing this very program, the members of the Eastern Security Network, so many of them are still very much around the referendum. And we still have much more committed people who are ready to lay their life down to see that their generation unborn survives. The quest for Biafra is not a joke. For those of you who think it is a joke, it is not a joke. Our heroes will always be remembered. It doesn't matter what you think, how you feel, or what you do. It does not matter how many people you take out. We will continue to seek for our freedom until freedom is gotten. Today is a very special day dedicated to our heroes. Our eternal leader, Dim Odimegwu, General Efiam, and so many of them that fought in this civil war. Today is a special dedication to Ikonso, a hero who fought in the front line, and so many other Biafrans who lost their life during the Python dance. The parents of our Supreme Leader Nnamdi Kanu, our brothers and sisters that we have lost in the course of this journey. Those who were massacred and thrown in the Zoo River. Those who were murdered in the Head Bridge. Those who were murdered in Aba. Those who lost their life in Okuama recently. Those who lost their life in Obibo. We will never forget. The Asaba massacre. Nigeria has not apologized up to today. We will never forget. And a day like this will never, ever go away from us. This memory will stay alive for as long as we live. This memory will remain with us. The Nigerian government can try as much as they can to rewrite history, just as they have been trying so hard recently. But I bet you cannot change the history that we already know. That people who were witnesses are still very much alive. We have so many transcripts and many evidence with us. You can never, ever take away what is right. Today, Heroes Day, I title my program saying, Biafra Heroes Day, the untold sacrifice, betrayal, and the fight. The wars they ignore. It is a day of remembrance, and we will keep on remembering. Wherever you are, Savior, don't you ever forget. Don't allow them to bully you. They can try for as much as they can. Even if it is only one Biafran standing, we will never back down. We will never back down. And I bet you, wherever you are as a Biafra, don't exercise any fear. We are still very much around. The Liberation Army of Biafra is very much around. Those who you saw in that video that committed themselves to fight, they are still very much around, waiting for the right time. And I bet you, they are ready to fight again and again and again and again and again. Nnamdi Kanu made it clear that Biafra is our religion. It doesn't matter if you choose to be part of the one Nigeria. It is up to you. You want to be in Nigeria, nobody is going to stop you. It is your entitlement. You can be whomever you want to be. But do not stop those of us who want to have our freedom from having our freedom, because we will never back down. And I want you to know that we are going to wax even stronger than ever. Today is a very important day. A day that no sensible Biafran No sensible person from the old southeastern region, the present south, southeast, lower Kogi, lower Benue, if you are from this territory and you do not observe this day, shame on you. You have no conscience. You have no conscience. Today is very important. That is why you saw the Nigerian military issuing a statement and telling us not to gather and pray for the departed souls. Where on earth do you see that? Biafrans committed themselves to gather and pray. And the Nigerian army said we will not gather. I hope the world is watching. A country of particular concern. Today is Biafra Heroes Day Remembrance 2026. The heroes, the sacrifice, the suffering, the resilience, the continued call for self-determination. We will never back down. Wherever you are watching this program from at this moment, it's a good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Viewers across the world, fellow Africans, fellow Biafrans, friends of freedom, and all those joining us from around the world today to observe the remembrance of our hero. I welcome every one of you. Today we gather in solemn remembrance of Biafra Heroes Day. It is a solemn remembrance. This is not merely a day on the calendar. I want you to understand, for those who are not paying attention, or maybe you are not a Biafran and you came across this very program, 30th May, it is not just a day on the calendar. It is a day of memory, a day of reflection, a day of honoring men, women, children who lived because part of us. Part of the most tragic and controversial chapter in African history. Today we are remembering a very tragic chapter of African history. That is what we are remembering. Today we remember the heroes of Biafra. We remember those who fought. We remember those who suffered. We remember those who died. We remember those who survived. And we remember those whose story have never been fully told. There are so many people who their story has not been told. Up to date as we speak. As we begin this remembrance, let us take a moment to honor every soul lost during the Nigerian Civil War from 1967 to 1970. May their memory never fade. May history never forget them. And may future generations learn from their sacrifice. Today, I will speak about 5 important things on today being the Memorial Day. 5 important things. First, the heroes of Biafra. Second, the sacrifice they made. Third, the suffering and resilience of the Biafran people. Fourth, the betrayal and sabotage that affected the Biafran cause. And fifth, why many people continue to call for self-determination and why they believe the world should pay attention. These we are going to discuss. Please have patience and pay a little attention until the end of this program. I bet you are going to learn something. Let us begin. When people hear the word hero, they often think about soldiers carrying weapons on the battlefield. But the heroes of Biafra were not only soldiers. The heroes of Biafra were not only soldiers. The heroes were mothers who struggled to keep their children alive within the Civil War. The heroes were fathers who protected their families under impossible conditions. The heroes of Biafra were doctors who operated without medicine. Doctors who were operating without medicine, without any equipment during the Civil War. The heroes were nurses who treated the wounded without adequate equipment, yet they continued to do their job. The heroes were children who endured hunger, displacement, and fear. The heroes were ordinary people placed in extraordinary circumstances during the Civil War. These are the heroes. Many gave their life believing they were defending their homes, their families, and their future. Some fought in the front line. Others fought in the hospitals. Others fought simply by surviving. History often remembers leaders and generals, but nations are sustained by ordinary people. You and I. Nations are sustained by the ordinary people in the street. And it was ordinary people who carried much of the burden of Biafra experience. The ordinary people were the ones that carried the burden of Biafra experience. Today, we honor all of them. Known and unknown, named and unnamed, their sacrifice form part of the historical memory of millions. We remember them today. We will never forget them. The sacrifice that we have made no struggle exists without sacrifice. Talking about the sacrifice of the Biafran people, no struggle exists without sacrifice. Sometimes sacrifice unto death. The Biafran experience was marked by enormous sacrifice. Families lost loved ones. Communities were uprooted. Homes were destroyed. Businesses disappeared. Education opportunities were interrupted. Dreams were postponed. An entire generation was affected. Many people lived with uncertainty. Many did not know what tomorrow would bring. Many faced conditions that no human being should have to endure. Yet, despite this hardship, people continue to hope. They continue to pray. Biafrans continue to pray. They continue to believe that a better future might emerge from the darkness surrounding them. That determination is part of what many remembers today. That determination is part of what we are remembering today, being 30th of May. The willingness to endure hardship while holding on to hope. The willingness to continue despite overwhelming challenges during the Civil War. The Biafrans continue. The Biafrans continue in the face of all the overwhelming challenges. the willingness to sacrifice for principles they believe in. Biafrans, very willing to sacrifice for principles they believe in, whether one agrees or disagrees with the political objective of Biafra. The human sacrifice involved remains undeniable. The human sacrifice in the Biafran war remains undeniable. It doesn't matter the propaganda the government of Nigeria is pushing. It doesn't matter the British lie and propaganda, their videos, their movies, and their books. The human sacrifice involved remain undeniable. And those sacrifices deserve remembrance. That is why we are remembering them today. We will never forget. We will never, ever forget. Let's look into the suffering of the Biafran people during the Civil War. No discussion of Biafra Heroes Day can be complete without acknowledging the suffering experienced during the war. The conflict produced immense humanitarian consequences. Countless civilians found themselves caught in circumstances beyond their control. Many communities experienced severe shortage of food and basic necessities. Families were separated. Children were affected by malnutrition and disease. Hospitals struggled under enormous pressure. The entire population lived in fear and uncertainty. Photographs from the period shocked many observers around the world. Till today, photographs that emerged from Biafran Civil War are being used by the international communities to raise funds for other societies, for other groups. Photographs from Biafran Civil War are still being used today by the international organizations to raise funds. But yet, the Biafran Remembrance Day has not been appreciated. There has not been any proper apology. There has not been any proper recognition of the suffering during the Biafran War. Images of suffering civilians become symbol of devastating impact that war can have on ordinary people. These images continue to shape how many people remember the conflicts today. These are real people, real human beings in those pictures you see. Many of you must have come across those pictures. When we remember Biafran Heroes Day, we are not celebrating war. When we remember Biafran Heroes Day, we are not celebrating war. It is not a celebration of war. We are remembering the human cost of war. That is what we are remembering. We are remembering the value of human life. Today, being 30th, we the Biafrans are remembering the value of human life. We are remembering why peace matters. That is what we are remembering today. 30th of May. We are remembering why conflict should not be used to resolve any issue. We remember why conflict should be resolved before they reach the point where innocent people pay the highest price. That is what we are remembering. We are not celebrating war. We are not celebrating war in any way. It is a remembrance of human cost of war, value of human life, why peace matters. We cannot proceed without talking about the resilience of the Biafran people. The Biafran people, very, very much resilient. Despite extraordinary hardship, the people of Biafra demonstrated remarkable resilience. Resilience is the ability to continue when circumstances seem impossible. This is part of the Biafrans. Resilient, even in the present time as you and I here, even when we feel like we have lost it all. Even to some extent when we feel like we are sheep without a shepherd, yet we remain strong and we continue to move. Resilience is the ability to continue when circumstances seem impossible. Resilience is refusing to surrender your humanity, even when everything around you is collapsing, like we see today. Like we are experiencing today. Even when everything is collapsing, we refuse to surrender. That's the spirit of the Biafran people. Resilience is finding strength when strength appears exhausted. When strength appears exhausted, we still find strength. It started all from the Civil War up until this day. Each time we face an extraordinary circumstances, taking away our supreme leader, taking away our prime minister, and yet, even though we look exhausted, we find strength to continue. The people endured tremendous challenges. Yet, communities continue to support one another. In the spirit of Biafra. Families continue to care for one another. Professionals continue serving their community. Teachers continue teaching. That's the true spirit of Biafra. And if you are not aligned with this today, you have lost it. This was the path that our parents walked through. This was the secret of the survival. If you are not in this path today, I bet you have lost it. You better find your way before it is too late. Pay good attention. If you are not in this path, you have lost it. Continue to support one another. Families continue to care for one another. Professionals continue serving their community. Teachers continue teaching. Doctors continue treating patients, even in the difficult time. Religious leaders continue providing spiritual support. People continue finding way to survive. This is the spirit of Biafra. Do you still have this quality in you as a Biafran today? Do you still have this kind of mind in you? Do you still have this kind of spirit, this kind of mind in you? If you don't, you have lost it. Find your way back. Today is a day of reflection. What I've just said here are the way our parents survived has made us to be alive today. That resilience became one of the defining characteristics of Biafran experience. Resilience. Everything I mentioned here became one of the defining characteristics of the Biafran experience that we still need to possess today if we must survive. If we must survive and win this battle, we must possess all these qualities again in the present day struggle. We must continue to support each other. Professionals should continue to work for their communities. Doctors should continue to treat. Teachers should continue to teach. And this remains a source of inspiration for many people today that are living. What our forefathers did, what our parents did, remains a source of inspiration for many people today. You have seen many people make speech and refer to Biafra, how we improvised for ourselves, how we survived. Many people have written history, use it as an example, how we survived in the face of nothing, in a very brutal time. The story of Biafra is not only a story of suffering. It is also a story of endurance. It is not just about suffering. It is a story of endurance, a story of survival, a story of human determination. That is what the story of Biafra is. It is not just about suffering. Our story has a lot of message in it. That is why we will never forget. We will always remember. That is why you must not pay attention to anybody that calls you out not to remember. We will always remember. We cannot proceed without talking about the betrayals and sabotage. As with many historical conflicts, there are differing perspectives regarding the events that shaped the outcome of the war. Many supporters of Biafra cause believe that internal division weakened their position. And we are still seeing today. Some believe there were acts of sabotage from within. Others argue that political disagreements and competition, competing interests, created challenge for the movement. There are also long-standing debates about the role played by external actors. Many discussions focus on the policies of Nigerian government during the conflict. Don't ever forget that. Others focus on the role of foreign government and international institutions. Historians continue to examine these issues from different perspectives. We will never forget. What remains clear is that decisions made by political leaders, governments, and international actors have profound consequences for millions of people. And those consequences continue to be discussed decades later. History is often complex. It really consists of simple narrative. It really consists of simple narrative. There's always a conflicting reports. Yet, understanding history requires a willingness to examine difficult questions, honesty, and carefulness. Wherever you are as a Biafran, today is not just an ordinary day. Today is not just a day that we come to talk and go. It is not a day that you'll be forced to sit at home. It is a day that you are supposed to be at home. Without being forced, without being told, without being pushed, you are supposed to observe, meditate. One of the most enduring questions surrounding the Biafran conflict concerning the response of the international community. The world could have done more to prevent the suffering of Biafran people, but they choose not to do so. Greater international attention must have reduced humanitarian consequences in Biafra land, but they chose to keep silence. Biafra was fighting the whole entire world. To an extent, the United States was even part of it. The United States was even part of it. Before they could realize what was happening and try to change their mind, it was too late. Russia was part of it. France was part of it. Of course, the UK was in the front line. And all the Arab nations, they sent troops, sent equipment and experts against the little David Biafra. Some might argue and say geopolitical interests influence how government responded. The debate continues to this day, and we know what the truth is. Regardless of one perspective, the humanitarian lesson remains important. The humanitarian lesson of Biafra remains very important. The world has a responsibility to pay attention when population face severe hardship. But in the case of Biafra, they choose to be silent. The world has responsibility to promote peaceful solutions to conflict. But they kept silent. Even when Ojukumera tent of Apuri came back, Gowon brought war upon the Biafran people. And the world saw it. And they kept silent. The world has a responsibility to protect human dignity, but they failed in the case of Biafra. These principles are relevant, not only to discussion about Biafra, but to conflict everywhere. It is not just about the Biafra people. You know that United Nations are always late. It's only after millions lost their life that is when you will hear them come to the picture. But we will never forget. They can't stop us from remembering our heroes. And no matter what happens, we will continue to speak. We will continue to talk. We will continue to get opinion. You're welcome, my brother Christian. I can see you there. Bro Christian, are you there?
Yes, I'm there, brother. Rachus.
You're welcome, my brother. I didn't want to keep you long. Go ahead and take the mic, my brother. And, today we are observing the remembrance of our heroes.
Yes.
It's a very important date in our calendar.
Yes. So, very, very. But to be honest with you, for that purpose, I left because of the problem that I get with network in my place.
Yeah.
So I went out in order to find a more stable place, but I just couldn't. I had to come back again to the same place. So, yeah, but it's well, my brother. So obviously,
it's well. It's well.
Yeah, it's a special day in our calendar, and we will continue to, commemorate with it for as many souls that were lost needlessly. So we must continue. And it was yesterday I saw Mark Arnold on a program, and so I kind of ran into the program, and he was there on this program, and the level of joy that I feel, given how he has come a full circle, sort of, if I may use the word, because in that program, it was a long program that he had in like a session, and with the interviewer, who asked so many things, but on one particular occasion, he asked him categorically if he support Biafra independence. And Mike Arnold unequivocally told him yes, that he does support it. And he went ahead to elaborate why. Bro, it was just like when he was talking, when Mike Arnold was explaining it, you would think that either Mazen Nnamdi or someone like, or even one of us was talking. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
He basically was using the same language that we've been using.
That's right.
So the thing is, we have to embrace him as one of us. Regardless, we have to embrace him because he has chosen to stand on the path of truth, no matter what.
Yes.
And it's very obvious that he made that conscious decision to stand with the truth, regardless of the level of attacks and blackmail that is coming from different angles, including from the Zulu government, because they are trying to blackmail him now by saying that he's a merchant of arms smuggling, and
Yeah, exactly.
So that is he works with arm dealers and trying to sow seed of discord in the country, blah blah blah. That is trying to cause tension in the society, but the society is already in high tension. Nobody is causing it; they are the one causing it. So when they said I think you can hear me, bro. My voice is
I
out.
can
Huh?
hear you loud and clear. Go ahead.
Mm. When they make these frivolous statements, they're just being deceitful because all what Mike Arnold, all what the rest of
First
us and
country
most
that
people
gave
are
recognition to Biafra.
talking about is about the ill that goes on in the country, the deliberate, the well orchestrated plan by the government, this current government, and the jihadists, the Fulanis, the caliphate. They are working together. He just completely he decimated them. Mike cannot decimated because he said a lot. How is it that in that country, in that same um, entity, the terrorists they hold sway with arms on their motorbike running around the place? If the government was genuine, if they were serious, how is it that they cannot command their military to go after them on their territory? They are on your territory. It's not like they are coming from outside. No, they are in the country. Why are you not being proactive? Why is government not proactive? It's just a sad situation. So, but there's a lot. Basically, everything that we talked about, he has come to that realization, that conclusion that is unworkable. He gives the analogy of the fact that water and oil doesn't mix. I cannot. Maybe you will come across the video, or maybe you've seen it, but I can also send it to you if I search for it. He said that darkness and light does that. That is what the case of Nigeria is. And he went further to explain the fact that that doesn't necessarily mean that different people cannot stay in one country. They do. They do. Because even in America, you have Muslims, you have Christians, you have Hindus, and the rest of it. But that the central core is that everybody has to abide by the law of the land, right?
Yes.
There has to be a law that governs everybody in the land. And that the government should be able to fight terrorism that are ravaging the country. But that is not the case with Nigeria. And the fact that they have a different law in different part of the country and they are trying to force it on people, that is a recipe for continuous confusion and underdevelopment. So he said a lot, bro. He said a lot. He said everything that we've been saying all along.